And we are live for Chicago Blackhawks hockey as it's Hockey Fights Cancer Night in the United Center. As tonight, the Hawks face off against the LA Kings. How are you doing, Hawkthorne? And let me get that going. Putting up it in Hockey Fights Cancer purple. So, how are you guys doing? Hopefully, my audio is coming through clearly because I've been trying to test everything out. It seemed like it was working beforehand, but it's now game time, and the Hawks face off against the LA Kings. Let me check my phone. Yep, audio's going in through clearly. I'm doing all right. It's been a long day. Oh, stupid chair. But yeah, as you can tell down there, it says no game feed will occur if you're new to these live streams. It's the first of the regular season I'm doing because the first few games this year, I just wanted to not do any live streams, and now I wanted to do a live stream tonight. So we have a Hockey Fights Cancer night in the United Center, and I'm wearing my Troy Murray Hockey Fights Cancer jersey. You know what? I should put my Eddie Olczyk jersey behind me. That's a Hockey Fights Cancer, shouldn't I? 1 second here. Let me do that. I hope Hawks get Bedard. A lot of Hawk fans want Bedard. Should I put the Edzo Hockey Fights Cancer jersey there? Or do I leave that one? Hopefully, put the Edzo up. Okay, we'll do it. There. I know Edzo's no longer with the Hawks because he's now in Seattle, but I will still always have one of his jerseys because he meant so much to this organization over the years. I hope you have a fun night at the United Center, Nimmer. It should be a fun game because both teams play an interesting style of hockey. So it should be a fun matchup. Yeah, the goalie situation in Chicago is not that strong. I do like Arvid Soderblom. He's a good young goalie, so I have confidence in Soderblom. They did sign Dylan Wilbs yesterday to his entry level 1 year contract for the Hawks. It's a two-way deal, so he will be moved back down when Mrazek is healthy again. Which Reverse Retro 2.0 is my favorite. I don't know yet. It's hard to say. I need to really see all them play, Nemmer. 1.0, it's still always going to be the Hawks one because I really love the 1.0 Hawks Reverse Retro. 2.0, I'm not that big of a fan of it, but it's starting to grow on me, even though I still hate the idea it has a word mark on it instead of the Indian head. That's on Adidas, though. See what they're saying about. How was my Halloween? It was fine. Didn't do much. I did not like the Sabres reverse retro look. All right. Looks like national anthem is happening, and is that Troy Murray walking out? Yeah, it is. That's good to see. Troy Murray came out with a little girl who's battling cancer to do the ceremonial puck drop for Hockey Fights Cancer. And there we go. All right. It's national anthem time. Jason Kopitar giving this kid their stick. Yeah. It's always nice to see that happening. All right. The Hawks wear the reverse retro 2.0 jerseys for Marian Hossa retirement night. No, they should not. Wear the classic red jersey. Gotta do the classic Jim Cornelison hand to the air for the anthem. All right, it's game time as your Chicago Blackhawks face off against the LA Kings. Jonathan Quick in net for the LA Kings with a goals against average of a 3.44 and a save percentage of a 8.88, and his record is 3-4 on the season in 8 games of play. On the other end, it's the rookie, number 40, Arvid Soderblom, who is making his second start in the season, where he's 0-1 in 2 games of play, with a goals against average of a 3.12 and a save percentage of a 920. Soderblom has the upper edge in stats wise over Jonathan Quick, but this should be an interesting matchup, a rookie versus a potential future Hall of Famer in Jonathan Quick. Here we go. It's Blackhawks hockey, and the Hawks are going to be starting out with your classic fourth line. It seems like maybe the first line. I hasn't seen the full lineup yet. We'll see in a few Lafferty setting up and losing the faceoff to the Kings. The Kings take the puck up the ice. It's Velarde. Velarde gets the puck and steals by McCabe. McCabe now taking it into the neutral zone, dumping it into the offensive zone. McCabe gets called off for offside. It's 19-14 in the first period, and there's 0 shots on net. It's a 0-0 game to start the game. And that was the first whistle of the game. So at a good 15 seconds in, we get our first whistle. It's not a penalty, which is good, but we'll see what happens there. Jonathan Toews at the dot against Philip Deneau. Toews wins the face-off back. Nope, the Kings did. My bad. Bad camera angle by the Hawks. It's Soderblom. Soderblom plays the puck up the ice for Kurashev. Kurashev can't bat it out of the air. Now the Hawks are stuck in the defensive zone. It's Deneau. Deneau sets up the blue line for the Kings, and the Hawks now have it. Kurashev feeds it up the ice for Toews. Toews tried to clear it out of the zone. Now Roy has it. Roy dumps it down, and Murphy has to get there to play some defense. Radish now in the defensive zone with the puck, battling on the boards for Kurashev. Kurashev gets it over to Tenorti. Tenorti now sends the puck up the ice for Toews, who gets the puck stolen from him. And a big block by Connor Murphy, who's a little bit laboring to get up. And the Kings keep the press on. Deneau with the shot, and that goes wide. Hawks can't get it out of the zone here. It's 18:50 remaining in the first period, and the Kings set up. The Kings, Victor Arvidsson with the puck, and a big hit by Tenorti getting him off the puck. It's now Anze Kopitar. Kopitar looking backhand around the ice for Drew Doughty. Doughty goes back to Kopitar. Kopitar goes up the ice with it over for and a big save by Soderblom. Okay, there was a little couple rebounds up front of him, and Soderblom had to stand strong. What's up, Zane? How are you doing? How do I like the Penguins and Bruins Winter Classic logos? They're okay. The Penguins are using the Pittsburgh Pirates logo, and which is the Pittsburgh Pirates of the NHL, and the Bruins are going with their 80s shoulder patch. It's stupid that Elon Musk, how he's running Twitter already. It's terrible. Jack Johnson with the puck in the neutral zone, dumping it back into the offensive zone for the Hawks, and the Kings set up. The Kings go over around the ice for Velarde, and it's after the CU with it. After the CU now in the neutral zone, going on over for Jack Johnson. Johnson dumping it into the offensive zone for the Hawks. Here we go. It's now the Hawks losing control and the Kings taking it up the ice. 17-15 remaining, and the Kings looking for an outlet. The Kings set up, and a nice steal by Jack Johnson, who sends it up the ice for Jujhar Khaira. Khaira gets into the neutral zone, but the Kings get control, and there is offside. Yep. Go Hawks. Hawks with the fourth line out with Jujhar Khaira, Reese Johnson, and Boris Tkachuk. Interesting line matching. That was a nice blocker save earlier in the game by Soderblom. Tkachuk gets to the puck in the offensive zone with the puck. He sends over to Jujhar, who's getting checked off the puck, and the Kings now try to send it up. Kings send it down the ice where the Hawks have to get back into the defensive zone. It's Philip Roos with it. Roos sends it over to Reese Johnson, who nearly turns it over in the defensive zone. Tkachuk getting checked on the boards for a board battle here versus Lazon. And Lazon steals it, sends it up the ice for the blue line, and a save by Soderblom. The Kings continue to press the Hawks into the defensive zone. Shots on net, 3-0 LA. It's 0-0. 16-11 remaining. Roos battling on the boards with the Kings here, and there is a whistle. Yeah, Soderblom's been solid. Maybe if one goal really you can truly fault on him, but yeah, Soderblom's been really solid in net and this time around. Last year he had a couple starts, but think about it, those were his first times ever in the NHL, and he was probably nervous, but now he's more into it. He's a rookie still, but he's been solid. Kings with the shot and a nice block up front. Murphy checking the Kings in, and it's Dickinson who loses control. It's Denorty who gets over to Dickey. Dickey takes it up the ice, and the Kings steal it in the slot. And the Hawks have to keep the defense going, and a nice block by Dickinson. And the Hawks clear it down the ice. It's now McKenzie and Whistle dumping it into the offensive zone, and the Kings continue to press. Hawks now in the defensive zone. It's Jack Johnson with the puck. Johnson settling things down to just get the line change going. It's Jonathan Toews' unit looking. Toews going around the net. Feeds it in McCabe shoots it wide. And the Kings now with control. Hey, Jack, how are you? It's still 0-0 at in the first at 15 minutes in. Khrushchev has it. Khrushchev battling for that puck. Now the Kings steal it. They're taking it down the ice into the Hawks defensive zone with a shot and a save by Soderblom. It's Jack Johnson with it. Johnson dekes King out of his skates, and now we see the Hawks go on a rush. It's Johnson past center ice into the offensive zone. It's Toews feeds it to Radish. Radish with the shot that gets blocked. Now Johnson over to Roos. Roos looking back around the ice. It's now Radish trying to get there. It's Khrushchev and Radish battling in the boards against the Kings. Hawks now have the puck in the neutral zone. It's Roos taking it into the offensive zone. Roos looking for an opening. He shoots it, and a save by Quick. LA now keeps control now. LA Drew Doughty taking the puck up the ice and sends it into the Hawks defensive zone. It's Iafallo. Iafallo shoots it wide, and the Hawks have to watch out for him. He is a dangerous player. He played well last season. He's still somewhat playing well this year. It's Caleb Jones sending the puck down into the neutral zone, and the Hawks and Kings are battling. It's the Domi line with Kane and after the CU out there. After the CU being a former King from last year, it's Caleb Jones over to Philip Roos. Roos sends it over to after the CU, and the puck goes all the way into the defensive zone of the LA Kings. Anze Kopitar sends it across the ice, and the Hawks now get control, and there's no icing on that. I'm shocked. Caleb Jones behind Arvid Soderblom leaves it for Kane to take it up the ice. Kane taking it past center ice. Kane into the offensive zone now with it. LA with control, and LA starts to return back the puck over to the Hawks defensive zone. Connor Murphy with the puck. Connor sends the puck up to Patrick Kane. Patrick Kane getting checked off the puck, but now the Hawks' Jujhar Khaira takes care of it, and the Hawks get it into the neutral zone. LA keeps the press on, and they steal the puck in the Hawks offensive zone here. It's now Jujar with the shot at the point, and it goes up and high out of play. Yeah, too bad Tyler Johnson and Steph Jones are out. Hey, Ryan, how are you? What time is it by you over across the pond? It's a black screen? What are you talking about? It's 12:52 where you're at. It's not showing as a black screen on my end. Maybe try refreshing, bud. Okay, it's now working. That's good. As tonight's Hockey Fights Cancer night, it's a reason. This is why I had the purple on it. I get that's a former LA King color, but it's Hockey Fights Cancer night. I think it was smart of me using. I've been doing all right. Hawks surprising me so far. Yeah, I think they're surprising everyone. They're playing really good hockey. I did not expect this myself. So they've been playing good hockey. Granted, they've been taking too many penalties lately, and it's costing them. But it's all right. Doughty with the puck at the blue line sets up the LA Kings, and it's now Murphy with it. Murphy sends the puck over to Dickinson. Dickinson getting checked off the puck, but Murphy gets it back. Murphy settles things down and sends it up for Lafferty. Lafferty leaves it for Kinsey and Whistle, and then Whistle loses control, and the Kings steal and go down the ice with it. Tenorti over to Dickinson. Dickinson tries to send it up the ice, and Dickinson gets it back in the defensive zone. It's Murphy with it. Murphy goes over for Tenorti. Tenorti can't get there, but he does get it out of the zone. Hawks Lafferty trying to get it the puck control for the Hawks here and settle things down. It's 11:50 remaining in the first period, still 0-0 with the Hawks still not recorded with a shot on net, which is I think it's wrong. The Hawks do have a shot. It's McCabe. McCabe looking, sends it over. Hawks Domi with it. Domi looking for an opening, leaves it for McCabe. McCabe tried to leave it for Kane, who overskated the puck, and now the Kings counter. It's the Kings going in, and a nice save by Soderblom. Kane gets it over to Afternoon Afternoon putting it on the afterburner. Strikes to Deacon through, and he shoots in. Jonathan Quick makes the save. At 11:14, somehow the Hawks get their first shot on net, even though they did get one earlier. When will Drew Commesterl be on the team? I think what happens with Drew, he signs his entry-level deal after this season of college, and he will end up going to Rockford and playing in Rockford maybe next year and see how his development goes there, because that would be his first year of professional hockey. And then the Hawks consider calling him up. You don't want to rush a goalie. Jack Johnson with the puck sends the puck down for Philip Kurashev. Kurashev to Taves, back to Johnson, and a save by Quick, and Kurashev nearly taps it in, but Quick gets a quick glove down on it. It's a weird mask by Jonathan Quick. Hawks loses the faceoff, then the Kings continue to press. Hawks in the offensive zone though, but the Kings have been pressing the Hawks in. Kempe with the shot that goes wide, and the Hawks try to get out of the zone. It's a nice check on Velarde from Jack Johnson, who's kind of cross-checking him there, but no calls coming. Kopitar sets up. Kopitar leaves it for Velarde. Velarde kind of dekes Jack out of his skates a little bit, but Velarde gets checked. Hawks now steal. Jonathan Toews can't get it cleanly, and it goes all the way down into the offensive zone where the Kings gain control for it in their defensive zone. LA now takes it through neutral ice and dumping it in. It's now the Hawks trying to get to it, and they do not cleanly, but they are battling hard for it. But now it is. It's Jujhar Khaira in the neutral zone dumping it into the offensive zone, and that gets called for offside. 9:54 remaining in the first period is the 0-0 game between the Hawks and LA Kings. I can see Reichel getting called up sometime. I don't think it's this. I don't see it happening this soon. Reichel's been playing well in Rockford. Guys, if you didn't know this, also, a group of my friends and I have created a new podcast, and it's called the Hockey Puckcast, and we do talk about the Blackhawk prospects around the world and in Rockford. So hope you guys do find that podcast. It's on Spotify, Google Podcasts, and Apple Podcasts, and a couple other outlets, if I'm not mistaken. So we just had a new episode drop today, and we were talking about the Ice Hogs and how they played this past week. Yep, nope, get out of here. Thank you, Hawkthorne, for handling that. LA's Drew Doughty with the puck, and the Hawks continue to only have 2 shots on net at 9:42 in the first period. It's Caleb Jones getting kind of checked and losing an edge, but Jones gets it over to Entwistle to Dickinson, to Lafferty. Lafferty with some speed, dumping it into the offensive zone, getting over to it, battling, getting tripped by it, Drew Doughty, but no call. LA now with the puck, it's Arvidsson. Arvidsson sends the puck over, and it's Deneau who shoots it wide. Here we go again. Hawks try to get out of the zone. It's now LA keeping press on. It's Doughty over to Deneau. Deneau back loses control, and it's Entwistle. Entwistle going into the offensive zone with it, and the Hawks make a line change. Entwistle's still out there, though, to keep some pressure in the offensive zone. LA now with it. LA takes it into the Hawks defensive zone. It's Kempe. Kempe sends it and gets blocked by Tenorti. Tenorti, who checked well, it goes over for Domi to Kane, dumping it into the offensive zone. Gets it to After-CU, who loses control, but After-CU regains it. After-CU sends it to Tenorti, and he shoots it wide. LA now with it. LA sends the puck down the ice, and it's Velarde loses control to Domi. Domi over to Kane, and that goes off for an icing. No, it's not. Hawks get the race out. LA now with it. Velarde sends the puck in to the neutral zone. It's Jack Johnson over to McCabe. McCabe sends the puck up to Kurashev. Kurashev tried to feed it over to Taze, but didn't get over cleanly. Taze now with it. Taze in center ice over to Kurashev, dumping it into the offensive zone for that border rush for Radish. It's now LA gaining control, and they take it down the ice. LA looking for an outlet, and a nice stick check by Jack Johnson, and another good poke check by Taylor Radish. LA looking for an opening, and the Hawks continue to press hard in that defensive zone. Kurashev feeds it over to Taze, and it doesn't get there as LA steals it. The Hawks in the offensive zone as Caleb Jones sends the puck around the ice, tried to feed it up to Radish, did not work out. LA just dumping it into the glove of Arvid Soderblom. Yeah, after this year has been very fun to watch. I've really been impressed by him. Fun fact, 5 years ago, I actually wanted on the Hawks, and the Hawks now do have him. Granted, 5 years a little bit late, but it's okay. I'm glad he's still a Hawk. He's been really good this season. Does he take too many penalties? Yes. But otherwise, he's been fine. Shots on net 6-2 in favor for the LA Kings. Somehow the Hawks have not been credited for a shot that they did make. I know they did. Philip Roos laying a check down. It's Caleb Jones now with the puck over to Reese Johnson, who gets laid out. Hawks. Jujhar Khaira drops the gloves, and we have a fight. Jujhar dropping the gloves, and it's a scrum right now. Be careful because it's Lemieux versus Jujhar. Jujhar tying him up, trying to knock him down. Jujhar yanking the bucket off of Lemieux's head. It's still on it. It's in a board fight right now. Jujhar with the reach advantage. Lemieux gets it into the hip of Jujhar. Jujhar tries to yank the helmet again. It goes over, the fight gets onto the boards again, and that's going to tie it up. It's 6:56 remaining in the first period, and we just see a fight by Jujhar Khaira versus Brendan Lemieux, because Lemieux laid out Reese Johnson, so Jujhar went in to stick up for his teammate. Nice to see that. That should have been a penalty, as Lemieux went into the numbers on Reese Johnson with his stick it was a cross check that should have been called, but the refs did not call the cross check. So we get 2 5-minute majors for fighting from Jujhar Khaira and Brendan Lemieux. Reese Johnson should have been a penalty. It looks like the refs are now discussing it. And he's pointing at Jujhar Khaira, so he's going to give Khaira an additional penalty, isn't he? It looks like the Hawks are going to the PK here, because a BS miss cross-check into the back of the numbers by the freaking Stripes. You piece of crap ref. How do you not see the cross-check into the numbers? So the Hawks are on the PK here because these refs are blind. I get the instigator call by Jujhar, but somehow Brendan Lemieux doesn't get an additional 2 minutes for cross-checking into the numbers. Dirty hit, and the Hawks are on the PK. Hawks penalty kill is at 74.4%, and the Kings power play is at 20.8% success. PK's been rough the last week and a half for the Hawks here, but the Hawks have to step it up because it was a bad miscall by the refs, and the Hawks get called for instigating. Anze Kopitar sets up. Kopitar looks over for Doughty, back to Kopitar. Kopitar feeds it back to Doughty on the blue line. Doughty feeds it down the ice for Velarde, who getting checked by Jack Johnson. What's up, Tyler? It's now Jonathan Quick feeds the puck for Doughty with 1 minute remaining on their power play. Doughty takes it into the Hawks defensive zone. Doughty on the blue line drifts with the puck a little bit for Danault. Danault tries to send it in, and the Hawks nearly coughed that up. It's 35 seconds remaining on the power play. It's Danault feeds it across the ice, and the Kings set up. Kings looking for an opening. Nice block up front, and that gets cleared with 20 seconds remaining on the Kings power play. LA trying to keep the press on because the Hawks now clear it down the ice, who still, yes, lead the NHL in shorthanded goals. Sam Lafferty's out there. Victor Arvidsson now gets it, and that's going to kill the power play of the LA Kings. 4:55 remaining in the first period. Hawks down in shots, but it's still a tied goalless game. LA's taking it in. Here we go. Domi with it. Domi tried to send the puck up the ice, did not work out. LA steals in the Hawks defensive zone. LA looking for an opening. It's Philip Roos who steals it back. Roos coughs it up, and Domi sends the puck over to Caleb Jones, who loses control at center ice. And LA now with it, but Caleb Jones steals it back at the center ice line. Dumping it into the offensive zone. It's 4:15 remaining in the first period. LA and Hawks tied 0-0. LA taking it in is Sandstrom. Welcome back. 4 minutes remaining in the first period. It's 0-0 game, and a nice steal by Dickinson at center ice. Now Doughty with it. Doughty feeds it for Kopitar in his defensive zone. Taking it up is Kempe. Kempe back to Kopitar, but Jack Johnson with the puck. Johnson holds well. It's McCabe over to Lafferty. Lafferty dumping it in for Reese for McKenzie and Whistle battling on the boards for that puck. Kopitar comes out with it though, and LA goes down the ice. It's Arvidsson. Arvidsson beats Murphy, and Murphy gets the puck, and the Hawks now take it. Hawks now Lafferty dumping into past center ice over into the offensive zone where LA gets control, and the Hawks go for a line change. Murphy gets it to Kurashev. Kurashev battling for that puck at the neutral zone, and it's Danault. Danault sends the puck across, and the Kings take it up the ice. The Kings now with control, and the Hawks still looking to get out of their defensive zone this period. It's Arvidsson. Arvidsson looking for an opening. Leaves it back, and the Hawks defended well. It's Kurashev. Kurashev take it to Radish. Radish going back to Kurashev. Fires! And that goes wide. Kurashev behind the net, but Arvidsson takes it. It's the Kings taking the puck up the ice, and a nice check by Jonathan Toews. Toews leaves it for Roos, who turns the puck over terribly, and the Kings go around setting up, looking for an opening. Terrible turnover by Roos, and a shot that went wide. Shots on net 6-4 in favor for the LA Kings at 1:55 remaining in the first period. LA taking the puck into the Hawks defensive zone. It's Velarde. Velarde sends the puck down, and the Hawks block up front. Hawks continue to press hard defensively. LA now cutting through, and a nice save by Soderblom. LA looking, and another block by McCabe. Hawks now take. McCabe at center ice. McCabe dumping it into the offensive zone. Jonathan Quick is there to play the puck, and a nice rush battle by Reese Johnson. LA now with control. It's Reese Johnson, Lafferty, and McKenzie and Whistle out there. It's Murphy. Murphy taking the puck up the ice. Murphy dumping it into the offensive zone. After this, CU trying to put some speed on to get to that puck, but LA has it. It's Kane. Kane steals. Kane fires, and it goes up and wide. It's 50 seconds remaining. LA dumping it into the Hawks defensive zone. Tenorti with the puck. Tenorti sends the puck up the ice for after the CU. After the CU leaves it for Domi. Domi cutting through around the net. Leaves it for after the CU, and he shoots it in the pads of Quick, and the puck is loose where Murphy behind the net. Murphy battling against the boards, and the Hawks looking for an opportunity here with 30 seconds remaining. Murphy and after you see you battling for that puck, but LA comes out with it. LA taking the puck up the ice. It's Domi. Domi looking across the ice, and a save by Soderblom. It's Velarde, leaves it. LA sets up. LA looking for Doughty, and a big save by Soderblom. With 10.1 seconds remaining in the first period, it's a 0-0 game with shots on net 9-5 in favor for the LA Kings. Yeah, that's pretty much right on it, the dot there, Tyler. LA looking for opening, and that's going to be it for the first period of play. It remains 0-0 after one. Shots on net 9-5 in favor for the LA Kings. Might have a special guest here in this intermission, guys, so stay tuned real quick. Let me grab my headphones because I will need those for the if this does occur. All right. So let's see if this is working. Can you guys still hear me by chance? Just wanting to make sure. Okay, I just wanted to make sure so the audio's still coming through clear. So yeah, I'm going to have a special guest in this intermission, and we will be discussing a few things that involves the podcast, which is a cool thing. All right, there he is. Let's bring him in. It's Tyler. And how are you doing, Tyler?
Hi. Doing good. How was good game so far? Not a ton of shots, but I think we've played well so far.
I don't think your audio's on.
Audio's not okay.
Okay.
Can you hear me? Hang on. Christ.
I think my stream just cut out.
Let me get this.
Nope, it's still there. Are you there?
Can you hear me?
Hang on. Don't know what's going on.
Hang on. Can you hear me? Christ. You can hear me. You can actually hear me. Oh, okay. So everyone can hear me except apparently Nick.
Okay. You can hear him, but I can't. That's so weird. Hang on. For some reason on my end, I can't hear him.
I don't know what that's about. I don't know what the reason for that would be.
Hang on. Ooh.
Maybe that might have something to do with it. That might be the answer.
There we go. Now I can hear you.
You can hear me now?
Yep, sorry. I don't know what was going on my end.
Okay. That's good. Yeah, that's better. Okay, good.
All right.
Whew, that's better.
So, Tyler, what's your thoughts on the game so far?
I think that we've played all right. I don't think that it's definitely not the best so far. It's more at this moment. It kind of just seems like, some of the little moments, they kind of steps up, a couple mistakes that could have been capitalized on, a couple moments where we caused mistakes that we could have capitalized on more, especially towards the end of that period. The shot by, there was that great passing play in front of the net by, I think it was Domi Athanasiou.
Yep.
Domi had a couple of good plays. I think he had a really good stick whack at the very end that after Soderblom left a rebound wide open. That was a really good play there. But I think we've played better than the amount of shots that we have. But
yeah, I kind of agree there. I do agree with you on we've played better than what it does show on the scoreboard.
What is the shot totals right now?
9-5.
It's 9-5. Yeah, it's just not. It's kind of been it has been kind of a dull period, which would be representative of only 14 total shots in one period.
Yeah,
that does feel that way. It doesn't feel like not a ton has happened so far, not a ton at all. But there's been some moments, a couple rookie mistakes. Your obligatory Athanasiou showing off ridiculous skill but not scoring off of it moment.
Yeah, well, that's typical with Athanasiou.
Yeah, there's no surprise there.
So, Tyler, do you want to kind of talk about the podcast a little bit?
Yeah. Okay. So I'll mention this. So Nick and I, along with two of our other friends, Wally and John. You might know Wally from his Twitter account, and then John is just another one of our friends. And we started a podcast about the Chicago Blackhawks as well as kind of everything around the Hawks organization. So it just started around 2 or 3-ish weeks ago. And moving forward, it's going to be a twice a week thing where every Tuesday we'll have an episode going up where we talk about the week's recap of all the NHL games as well as a preview. And then every Wednesday or Thursday we'll have a video go up or we'll have a podcast go up where we talk about everything involving the prospects and the Rockford Ice Hogs. And looking forward, probably also trying to get previews involved in there. Also, there's some games that we might want to – this is probably something we'll do a little bit more. mention where, like, what games you actually, like, with Hawks prospects and you probably can actually, like, watch going forward for, like, the week ahead, just giving a recap of what happened and then a preview of what's going forward and just giving all of our thoughts about how the Hawks are doing, what's happening. It's been more exciting than I honestly would have expected so far, because after that preseason episode we recorded, we thought we were rated for a nightmare season, but they've played much better than that.
Yeah, they played much better than what I called a disaster on Hawkey in our first podcast.
God. I mean, what was it? It was a total of what, 5 goals in the 6 preseason games or something like that?
Oh, it was 6-0.
I think we only scored. How many? No. In terms of all 6 preseason games, how many goals did we score?
All 6 preseason,
like 6.
It was about 6.
Then we scored 6. We had 4 against Detroit. We got shut out 3 times. Then we scored 1 goal twice.
Yeah,
we only won once. It was bad.
We were outscored 26.
And I mean, then you saw what our offense became after the regular season started. Discounting those first 2 games where you're playing against really good teams in Colorado and Vegas. Ever since then, we've held our own. We've looked a lot better than we probably should with the talent that we have, and everyone seems to care a lot and playing really hard, playing well. The defense could use some work, but I mean, not surprising considering the names that are on the blue line.
Yeah, because we have a guy who is now playing more games than he did last year in Tenorti, and then we also have Caleb Jones and Philip Bruce, who probably shouldn't be everydayers in the NHL.
Yeah, you would say with Jared Tenorti that taking Jared Tenorti and turning him into a top 4 defenseman on your team means you're an unserious organization. But he's been better than that. He's definitely been better than what I thought he'd be.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah.
Here's a question. Thoughts on the fight today?
It went longer than I thought it would. They let it go. I'm also surprised Brendan Lemieux didn't bite Kara.
Yeah. Didn't Gilbert Gottfried basically redo a quote of what was it Brady or Matthew Tkachuk who said it?
Oh, it was Brady when Brendan Lemieux and Brady Tkachuk got in that fight, and then Brendan Lemieux bit Brady Tkachuk.
Yeah.
Yeah. Like, I can understand getting frustrated at Tkachuk brothers, but you don't bite him. You don't bite
anyone.
You don't bite him.
You learn that when you're a freaking toddler.
Yeah, it was insanity. But I was surprised that fight didn't end in any biting because of just the personnel we were dealing with.
Yeah. And I'm glad Jujar didn't get injured because we do know he has that concussion history.
Yeah, especially after the Trouba thing last year.
Yes, but Jujar fought well. Granted, really no punches were truly thrown.
Yeah, I was expecting there to be more punches, but it didn't really come.
Yeah,
but they let him go for a long time, and it was mostly just a wrestling match. Despite that,
yeah, it was. It was size versus just muscle. It seemed like.
It was an unfortunate missed cross check there, though.
That was a bad miss.
Yeah, that one's unfortunate because, and then we saw it like it would have even if they would have gotten the cross check right, it still would have been the same situation as what we saw. I believe, when was that game? That was Minnesota game where where you throw a dirty hit, a guy comes in to fight, and then he gets the instigator penalty, and once again it's even strength again.
Yeah.
We go down a man because they missed the call, but even then it would have only been even strength if they would have gotten the call right, which obviously is frustrating because you go in to stick up for your teammate and they throw the dirty hit and the penalty's gone, and it's almost like, what's the point of going in there? Why is that still the way people are treated to act, is go in there if it turns into a 4-on-4.
Something we didn't see in last game. What's weird, something we didn't see in last game was when Cizikas has laid out Stalock, and the Hawks didn't go after Cizikas, which I was
Nobody
more so
did.
surprised there than this.
Nobody did. I think that part of that might have just been the fact that it was so obvious that because I think part of it was the fact that Stalock hit the deck so quickly.
Definitely.
He hit the deck so quickly and he threw off his helmet, which, in that moment it's understandable. He was like,
yeah.
And the net was off also, but he hit the deck so quickly. It was clear he was like lights out, cold on the ground. At that point, it's not about fighting at that point. So I understand that moment because you could tell that Stalock was just out.
Yeah.
And then they ended up, obviously reversing the call to the goalie interference. Should have referred to it as an elbowing major, to be honest.
Yeah, because he went. Cizikas clearly dropped his shoulder into Stalock's head that night.
Yeah, and if you call it an illegal check to the head, then maybe, people will stop complaining about it.
Yeah.
Because obviously it was a check to the head.
If I was a ref, I would have called the illegal check to the head because it was an illegal check to the head. And Cizikas probably would have been getting suspended, not a $5,000 fine that's nothing in his wallet.
Yeah, obviously. And, it was so funny to hear, those, what was it? All
Islander fans?
All the Islander fans later trying to compare the Athanasiou situation as if they were the same thing.
Yeah, it was nowhere in the same.
They weren't the same thing at all. It wasn't even close.
If Cizikas didn't drop his shoulder, I wouldn't have been as angry with it, but he dropped his shoulder on it.
Yeah, I when I first saw that play, I only thought that it was I only thought when I first saw that play that it was a minor. And then when you watch it more and more and more, you're like, no, that's a major penalty. He's gone.
Oh, definitely.
5-10 in the game. Get the hell out of here.
You know what kind of reminds me of? Malkin doing it to Crawford a few years ago.
Oh.
And Malkin did not get penalized.
Oh my God. I'm trying to remember just like the actions, like the whole like situation there. I don't remember how bad that was. I don't remember that one. I'm just telling you how bad it was.
It just reminds me of it, just in a similar way.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and that'll happen. I don't want to think that one being a career fourth line center and one being a future Hall of Famer made any difference in the decisions.
Yeah.
I don't want to think that was the case. But, I mean, I don't remember what the parameters of that Malkin play were, though. But obviously what happened to Cizikas was a good, the right decision, no doubt.
I see you're rocking your Ice Hogs hat and what?
Yeah, I am. This is
jersey.
So I have 3 Blackhawks hats. Mm-hmm. One of them is a hat that I wore for so long, and it's like all black, and it has like the weird logo, the weird like alternate logo. It's like this. I think it's the CH one.
Oh,
yeah, and I wore that, and like it's just like kind of breaking now. Then I have 2. So there's 2 other Hawks hats that I have. This one, which I bought at an Ice Hogs game like 2 or 3 years ago, and then the third one is a hat which says 2010 Stanley Cup champions, and I don't wear that hat anymore.
Okay. Let me guess. That's your Hagel jersey?
Yes, this is my Brandon Hagel jersey.
Your unfortunate Hagel jersey.
You know what? I will still wear it. I'll still wear it. I will definitely still wear it.
I know we give you some crap about it on the podcast just a little bit.
I mean, I don't really care. Look, I still love the guy. I'm obviously going to root for him for a long time. I think it's the second. I think it's not only like I've mentioned how many jerseys I have where the guy gets traded so soon after. I had a Shaw jersey, then he got traded like a year after that. I also had I had a Ryan Hartman jersey, and then he got traded a little bit after that. Luckily, soon after that, Shaw got traded back.
Yeah.
So that was good. But I think that I don't even remember where my Ryan Hartman jersey is. I think I might have. I was so much smaller back then. I might have given it to my sister. But despite that, I think that the thing about that is that that's my. I have two number 38s somehow.
Hey, I mean, I have a Hartman jersey as well, so
Yeah, but you have everything, so like you don't count. You don't count. I have a very rare collection. Mine, I have a very specific set of circumstances for when I actually put a jersey on or when I actually buy a jersey. It's very different.
I think you just need a safe bet and just go with a retired number.
Just go. I mean, look, that 1.5 seasons of Hagel playing for the Hawks was enough. Okay.
Okay.
It was enough for me to enjoy it. And second period looks like it's starting. So.
All right. You want to join me in the second intermission?
Yeah, I'll see you then. We'll see what happens then. But see you in a bit. But
right.
Before I go, just make sure everyone knows. So podcast is available on Spotify, Apple, Google Podcasts. It is called The Hawkey Puckcast. It's me, Nick's on it as well, and then our friends Wally and John. Also follow Wally's prospect account, CHI_prospects, so you can follow everything with the prospects as well. And you can also follow the Twitter account for the podcast at I believe it's at Hawkey Puckcast. I'll confirm that right now.
It is.
Yeah. Yes, it's just at Hawkey Puckcast. So HAWKEY, spelled the same way as Nick's YouTube channel, and then Puckcast, so PUCKCAST, all one word on Twitter. You can follow that account right there. And then you can also find the podcast on all podcast platforms, Apple, Spotify, Google, as well as Acast, which is where everything gets uploaded as well. So be sure to do that. And yeah.
See you in the second
intermission.
All right. Let's hope we get some goals here.
Yeah, hopefully. Hopefully there's more action this time.
All right. Go Hawks.
Hell yeah.
That was Tyler, guys. I hope you enjoyed talking with Tyler. I know we really didn't have many comments, so Tyler's a good guy. We of course we started our own podcast. It's the Hawkey Puckcast. So if you guys are looking for any Blackhawk podcasts, come follow us on Spotify, Google Pod, and Apple Podcasts. Jonathan Quick just took a shot to the head. It knocked off his mask. 18:52 remaining in the second period. And that was a nice shot, though, by Radish that knocked off the mask of Jonathan Quick there. So we are tied 0 apiece at the start of the second period. Shots on net 10-7 in favor for the LA Kings. So here we go. And as Tyler mentioned, the podcast will be 2 times a week. First episode of the week would be the Blackhawks side of the podcast. The second episode of the week will be on the prospect side of the podcast. LA with the puck now, and the Hawks have to get back in time. Nice save by Soderblom. All right. LA now gains control. Hawks trying to get it out of the offensive zone of LA. It's Drew Doughty now within his defensive zone. LA tightens up and takes it up the ice. Hawks trying to get back there. Soderblom, who's playing the puck, it goes off the skate of a LA player skating up front of him, and it goes back to Roos. Roos clears it out of the zone. LA now with it in their defensive zone. Drew Doughty with it. Doughty sends the puck over, and the Kings go on a rush. LA trying to beat all the Hawks skaters back. It's Doughty. Doughty sets up, and the Hawks had to play strong defensively against Sandstrom. Anderson feeds it over to Doughty. Doughty back to Anderson. Anderson with the shot and a save by Soderblom. Now, after the CU with the puck, taking it up the ice. After the CU with some speed, going in. Tried to look for a cross crease, and Reese Johnson couldn't get to it. After the CU steals behind the net of Jonathan Quick, and LA now takes the puck up the ice. LA, Brendan Lemieux taking it in. Oh, big run into the boards from Jared Ginordi. Nice holding back on LA trying to cut through. Here we go again. Ginordi battling for that puck on the boards, and that puck goes down for an icing at 17:10 in the second period. It's 0-0. Let's get a goal, yes. Hopefully Kaner's okay. He took a weird fall to the boards. Here we go again. Ginordi sends the puck over. Hawks try to get it up the ice. Hawks now at center ice. It's Jujhar Khaira dumping it in. LA gains control. It's Kempe. Kempe to Kopitar across the crease to Velarde, who dumps it in. Hawks settle things down. It's Kachuk. Kachuk getting checked. LA now with control. Hawks dumping it back into the offensive zone, but LA steals, but McCabe gets it and dumps it into the offensive zone. Hawks have it. It's Lafferty for Dickinson. Dickinson looking for an opening on the blue line. Fires! And that goes wide. Lafferty tried to set up around the net, but it didn't work out. Hawks now have to play some defense here, but it's McCabe with the puck. McCabe takes the puck up the ice for end whistle. End whistle over for Radish. Radish cutting through on one hand of his stick. Radish getting checked, and the Arvidsson now takes. It's end whistle over to Caleb Jones. Jones sets up on the blue line, loses control. Caleb looking for a shot down the ice, and that doesn't work out well. Hawks now set up. It's Taze. Taze looking. Taze battling. Taze looking against Dano. Dano keeping Taze off his stick. It's now Roos. Roos looking for the puck. Roos getting checked off. Roos loses control, and the Kings going down. Kings setting up, and a battle by Roos is strong. LA now takes, but the Hawks go on a rush here. It's Kurashev. Kurashev with Radish and Taze. Radish sets up, leaves it for Kurashev. Kurashev doesn't get there in time, and the Kings now regain control. Murphy with it. Murphy can't get it, and the Arvidsson steals. Arvidsson in the Hawks defensive zone battling against the Hawks. Caleb Jones and the Hawks. Here we go. The Kings set up. Big shot by a King player, and the Hawks tried to send Kurashev was Domi. Kurashev battling in the Hawks offensive zone for that puck, and the Kings come out with it. Sandstrom sends the puck up the ice, and the Kings now set up. Kane trying to get there. Hawks now with it. Hawks dumping it in. Yeah, there was a misplay by Caleb Jones. You're right there on that. Tyler. Hawks, Connor Murphy with the puck. It's now Kane. Kane sends the puck up the ice for after the CU going on the races, getting checked by Drew Doughty. Doughty now sets up the Kings to settle things down. LA now goes up the ice with it. Sandstrom with it. I think that's what his name is. 91 on the Kings. There's a big hit by McCabe. McCabe loses control and LA tries taking it. Here we go. Kachuk going center ice, dumping it in. Grundstrom. Why am I saying Sandstrom? I think I might have saw. Maybe I thought I saw an S by accident when they zoomed in on him by accident. My bad. It's Grundstrom. Sorry. Thank you, Tyler, for fixing that mistake. I'm not 100% on this full Kings roster, so why was I saying Sandstrom? I think it was because I was playing a classic NHL game earlier today. Yeah, that is true. They're Zane. They really haven't been able to generate shots, but they're holding the Kings pretty well. So as least they may not be generating the shots, this game is still tied 0 apiece, which is still good. Yeah, thanks, Tyler, for basically with that mistake I made on calling Grundstrom Sandstrom. I don't know why I said that. I really don't. It's weird. This has been a tightly contested game. Hawks have been in the offensive zone quite a bit this second period. They aren't generating the shots they need, but they're able to. They're battling hard. So, in a toughly contested game, if they're battling hard, I'm okay to see with it. Oh, the Sears Tower even is doing the Hockey Fights Cancer purple on it. That's good to see. I can't wait to be in the United Center in just 2 weeks. As we get to see the number 81 getting hung into the rafters of the UC against the Pittsburgh Penguins. Tenorti with the puck. Tenorti feeds it for Murphy. Murphy now with it. Murphy sends it over to Taze. Taze with it, taking it into the offensive zone. Taze beats the rush. Hawks now set up. It's Kurashev. Kurashev, the Swiss Army knife, is sending it over to the captain. Taser deking it behind the net. Taze sends it up to Murphy with the shot, and the puck is loose up front of the net. And the Kings gain control, dumping it down. Murphy trying to get there in time. LA keeps pressing the Hawks into their defensive zone. Oh, that nearly coughed up a goal. Radish with it. Radish sends the puck up the ice. It's Kurashev. Kurashev tried to get through, and the Kings have control. Kopitar sets up the LA Kings. Kopitar and the Kings now go on a rush. It's McCabe having to get back. Kopitar goes backhand on Soderblom, and that goes wide. Kopitar leads it for Kempe. Kempe sets up the Kings, and the Kings clear it out of the Hawks defensive zone, and that helps them. Anderson with it over to Doughty. Doughty now with it. Sends the puck up the ice for Kempe. Kempe looking across the ice for Velarde, who doesn't get there in time. Yeah, Velarde's been insane this year. He's been playing good hockey. I guess now that he's fully healthy after dealing with back injuries the last few years, I guess he's finally found his potential. Shots on net, 11-7 in favor for the LA Kings. A lot of more pressure in the offensive zone for the Hawks this period. They just aren't generating the shots, which isn't good. And the Kings nearly get a goal, but that goes up high. It's after to see you in the defensive zone with the puck dumping it into the Hawks offensive zone, but the Kings are there to play the puck. And the Kings looking for an opportunity is Grundstrom. Grundstrom getting checked by Roos, and the Hawks tried to get it out. It's after the CU for Domi. Domi now taking it up on a rush. Tried to feed it across for Caleb Jones. Caleb Jones tries to feed it down. It's now a steal by Lafferty. He shoots in. It gets blocked. Hawks steal again. It's in whistle to Murphy. Murphy sets up. Hawks with the shot, and it goes wide. It's now in whistle. It's Murphy. It's Lafferty getting checked. I'm sorry, getting tongue-tied right there. Lafferty battling for that puck. It's Dickinson now with it. Dickinson sends the puck up to Murphy. Murphy going down, leaves it for Dickinson. Dickinson getting tied up with the ref who gets in the way, and now the puck is taken by the LA Kings. The Hawks now have it in the defensive zone here, setting up. What's up, Drive? How are you? Hawks now with the puck, and there should be a power play coming to the Hawks. 44 games against the Kings for Jonathan Toews. That's awesome to see. No penalty is called, so it's still 5-on-5. Jujhar Khaira battling and for that faceoff. It was strong battle. Hawks now with the puck. Shots on net this period is 4-2 in favor for the Hawks. Hawks behind the net, setting up. It's Jujhar Khaira now with it, trying to get the puck out of the zone as the LA Kings. They do successfully. It's Anderson. Anderson sending the Kings into their offensive zone attack. Roos battling on the boards, trying to keep the Kings on board play. Anderson with the shot, and there tried to be a deflection up front of the net. Did not go through. Hawks continue to battle. It's Lemieux. Lemieux looking backhand over to Anderson. Back to Doughty. Doughty back to Anderson. Anderson with the shot and a save. And then mask of Soderblom comes flying off. It remains 0-0 with that whistle blown from Soderblom's mask coming off. Arvid has been playing solid in net for your Chicago Blackhawks. And each of his starts, each of his appearances this season. Like yesterday, basically started. Last game he basically started because he came in to play 3 minutes into the game, and he did start against the Buffalo Sabres, where he played strong in net against those Sabres. Getting his second start of the season, he's looked good so far. So, guys, what's your thoughts so far on this play? Main story is the Hawks can't generate many shots, but they're keeping offensive zone pressure this second period of play, which is good. They've been known to have one bad period where they are getting just outplayed, and not generating shots. This is a game they've been outplaying LA in the second period so far, but the shots are just not getting generated. Oh, that's cool. They're ringing the bell at the United Center. That's awesome. Yeah, the Hawks and net have been pretty solid. They've been playing strong, and it's been good. Ooh, puck goes wide. McCabe now with it. Kempe steals, and the Hawks take it back. It's Jonathan Toews over to McCabe. McCabe taking it up the ice. That goes all the way down into the Hawks offensive zone, but Drew Doughty is there to gain control. Hawks battling on the boards. Coming up with it is LA. It's Kempe. Kempe trying to send it out of the Hawks offensive zone here. Anderson over to Doughty. Doughty now getting checked by Toews. Kopitar comes out with the puck. Sends it to Anderson. Anderson sends it up to Velarde over to Kempe. Kempe with the shot and a save by Soda. Hawks trying to battle for that puck that's loose, and Soda with the save. McCabe and Anderson's battling hard. McCabe yanking the bucket off of Anderson's head. Is that the same person? Is that Anderson the same person I'm thinking it is? See, metal thrower from a few years ago. Hawks are yet to have a power play this game. Mikey, was it Mikey in? Can't remember. Is Mikey Anderson the player who threw the medal in the World Juniors? I know he got traded to the. I know the player got traded to the Kings a few years ago. LA with the shot and a save by Soda. Hawks trying to get out of the zone. It's Domi. Domi getting checked, but battling on the board here, and the Hawks can't get control. Grunstrom with the puck, and the Hawks now have it. It's Hawks playing house money here, and the Kings now have to go back into the Hawks defensive zone. Is that who I think it is? Let me check. I swear Mikey Anderson's the same player I think it is. No, it's not. Different player. Who the hell was I thinking then? Why is it buffering? This is an issue with ESPN Plus. It buffers. Domi wins the faceoff back, but the Kings gain control. LA setting up. It's Patrick Kane with it. Kane dumping it out of the defensive zone where LA gains control. It just buffered completely out of to pixelation. Oh, I freaking hate ESPN Plus. Garbage way of watching hockey. Nice block by Tenorti. Dickinson at the faceoff. Setting up. Wins it up. Hawks and Whistle taking up the ice. And Whistle past center ice, dumping it into the offensive zone. Getting over. Tried to feed it to Lafferty, who whiffed on a one-timer. LA now gains control. LA taking it back into the Hawks defensive zone. And a redirected play by Grundstrom. Hawks now gain control. Dumping it out of the zone. Hawks now there is Dickinson. Can't get it. Dickinson now needs to put on some speed here. It's quick. It plays the puck around the ice. Hawks now with is Roos. Roos dumping it into the Hawks offensive zone. Hawks set up. It's Caleb Jones. Jones with the shot that gets redirected and in! And it's Jason Dickinson with the Hawks, giving the Hawks the 1-0 lead. And on the 10th shot of the night, Hawks lead. It's by Jason Dickinson, redirecting past Jonathan Quick on a shot from Caleb Jones. We lead 1-0 in the second, midway through the game. This is good goal here by Dickey. We lead. We have the we can control now. House money. Good redirected goal by Dickinson at 7:06 remaining in the second period. Oh, Vegas won over Ottawa. That was a great deflection by Dickinson to beat Quick. That was a nice one. Jujhar Khaira with the puck, battling in the offensive zone here. Murphy now with it. Murphy goes over. Hawks with the shot that goes wide. Hawks regain control. Jujhar knocking Doughty onto his butt. And now Murphy with the shot and a save by Quick. Hawks now have some momentum after that Dickinson redirection goal. Thank you, Vancouver, for giving us Dickinson for a pile on and giving us also a second round pick. Vancouver, I don't understand why you gave up on Dickey. Jason has been awesome. I love Dickey. Dickinson's been a great addition to this roster ever since he made his Blackhawk debut against the San Jose Sharks. Shots on net are 16-11 in favor for LA, but we get the Dickinson goal. It's 1-0 Hawks at 6:22 remaining in the second period. LA with the puck, and it goes down the ice. Arvid Soderblom just covers it up. Sixteen 14 remaining. I mean, they made a solid trade the other about a week ago now for Ethan Bear. That was a right move. I don't understand why the Hawks didn't go after Ethan Bear. Velarde with the puck, trying to set up Kopitar, who gets blocked by McCabe. McCabe steals, and it goes over to Kurashev for Radish. Radish cutting through. McCabe tries to battle for that puck. Radish can't get control. It's Kopitar. Kopitar taking the puck up is Velarde. No, that's Roy. Kopitar with the shot and a save by Soderblom. Radish now with it. Radish sends the puck up to Taze. Taze gets it over to Kurashev. Kurashev going in with some speed, loses the puck. off a bounce. It's Kopitar setting up the Kings, and the Kings now go out of their zone. Hawks now get to it. Is Caleb Jones. Caleb Jones with the puck. Jones taking up the puck into the neutral zone, dumping it into the Hawks offensive zone. Anderson now with it. Anderson sends it up the ice, but the Hawks gain control. Hawks lose it, and now is Roos with it at the center ice line. Roos dumping it in on the pads of Jonathan Quick. LA's Drew Doughty now has the puck behind Quick. Doughty trying to cut out because Domi is battling hard to keep him out of position. It's now Anderson back up for Deneau. Deneau can't get it, and the puck goes on to the Hawks defensive zone. After the CU gets there, after the CU tries to send it out of the zone, and it doesn't work out. Arvidsson with the puck over to Velarde. No, that's not Velarde. I'm sorry. The Kings set up. It's Deneau. Deneau tried to get it out, and the Hawks now tried to get it into the offensive zone. Deneau now with it. Deneau tries to send the puck in, and just covers up by Arvid Soderblom. Yeah, he definitely plays hard. I love the work ethic by Jason Dickinson. I just don't understand why Vancouver thought he sucked. He's good. I get it, his numbers in Vancouver weren't good, but Dickey has been a very strong add-on for the Chicago Blackhawks. Maybe it was just a change of scenery, getting to go to a team that wasn't viewed as weren't viewed as highly, so getting an opportunity here in Chicago on a rebuilding team, I think he's having a fun time. It's all right, Hawkthorne. Welcome back. Yeah, Arvid's been very good. I really like him, so I'm glad he is showing up pretty strong in net for your Chicago Blackhawks here. And it's good seeing you, Brandon. All right, here we go again. Face off in the Hawks defensive zone. Lafferty at the dot. Wins it back, and God, I freaking hate ESPN Plus. It keeps buffering out. Yeah, Lafferty was a great pickup last year for the Hawks. That was one of Davidson's first acquisitions. This is the worst it's been, though, for me this season. It hasn't been terrible all season for me. It's just been buffering in and out this game, which is weird. Maybe it's because I'm streaming, but whatever. Jujhar Khaira at the dot and loses a faceoff, but the Kings now set up. They send it down the ice, going on a 2-on-1, and they score. It's Brendan Lemieux tying the game up at 2 apiece. Bad turn. No, that's Lazant who ties it up. My bad. Damn it. It's tied game. Lazant gets a 2-on-0 break. Caleb Jones was out of position, and it was a terrible break for the Hawks. Shots on net 19-12 in favor for the LA Kings here. It's a 1-1 game. 3:22 remaining in the second period. Well, Barstool's chief doesn't really understand. And it looks like the Hawks are going to a power play. Brendan Lemieux getting sent to the box. Hawks to the power play with 3:18 remaining in the second period here. It's a 1-1 game. Tripping is the call, and here we go. Sets up the power play. Hawks get their first power play of the night. Lemieux finally gets to serve a 2-minute minor. Tays at the faceoff dot, wins it back for Kane. Kane sets up on the blue line here. It's Kane. Kane looking in, fires, and a save by Quick at 1:53 remaining on the power play and 3:11 in the second period. It's a tied 1-1 game. Please say Mackenzie and Whistle's off the power play. I like Mac, but he should never be on the power play. Jonathan Tays at the dot, loses the faceoff to the LA Kings. LA tries to clear it, and they successfully do. Caleb Jones has to go back to the play the puck behind Soderblom. Jones now taking the puck up. It's going to be a push and back entry. Yup. It's Domi. Domi for Kane. Kane through center ice into the offensive zone, and the Kings clear it out of the zone. It's Caleb Jones at the defensive zone setting up for a push and back entry again. Jones taking it in. Please stop with these push and backs. Domi for Kane. Kane loses control, and Kempe now takes it up on a 2-on-1. Kempe going across, and a save by Soderblom. Hawks now get the puck. It's Domi. Domi settles things down, and it's Caleb Jones taking the puck up the ice. Kane now with it. Sends the puck up to Jones. Jones wraps it around the ice for Tays. Tays for Radish. Radish getting checked off the puck in LA. Now steals and clears. All onto the pads of Soderblom. 45 seconds remaining on this power play. And this freaking ESPN Plus, you garbage network, continues to buffer. Now it buffers completely off the screen. 25 seconds remaining on the power play. Soderblom settles things down for Roos. Roos taking the puck up the ice through center ice. Now into the offensive zone. Hawks and Whistle. And Whistle back to Roos. Roos sends the puck over to the blue line, and the Kings steal. LA now takes the puck. It's Philip Deneau. Deneau beats round a check of Dickinson, and the Kings set up. Kings kill the penalty, and the Hawks had nothing to do from that power play. It was a garbage power play by the Chicago Blackhawks as they don't get set up, and the Kings just send the puck down the ice all the time. Arvid Soderblom clears the puck out of the zone. Lemieux shoots it onto Soderblom as he entered the zone. It's Lazat. Lazat, who just tied the game, sends the puck up to the blue line. Blocked by Dickinson. Dickinson clears the puck up the ice. It's McKenzie and Whistle can't get to it. Lazant with the shot and a save by Soderblom. Shots on net 21-13 in favor for the LA Kings. Sam Lafferty with the puck. Lafferty clearing the puck down the ice. LA clears it back into the Hawks defensive zone. Philip Roos with 30 seconds remaining coughs up the puck and the Kings set up. LA cuts in. It's Domi gets his stick down to cut it off up a pass. Hawks now clear and Domi needs to put some speed on. 15 seconds remaining in the period. Shots on net 21-13. 10 seconds remaining. Jack Johnson with the puck. Johnson with the puck sends it up the ice for Lafferty, battling on the boards with a couple Kings. And that will be it for the second period of play. It's a 1-1 game. Shots on net 21-13 in favor for the LA Kings. That goal against the Hawks was a costly one by Caleb Jones not getting back in time on leading to a 2-0 break. We may be having Tyler back on for the second intermission. We'll be seeing here shortly. Here, let me throw this on the charging cable. That was weird. I'm messaging Tyler to just check if he's going to hop back on for the second intermission. All right, what's your guys' thoughts so far on the second period of play? Because it was not a good second period, if you ask me, even though Hawks did have more control in the offensive zone than the Kings, but the Kings still controlled the shots on play goal. It's been absolutely insane how many shots the Kings have been able to generate. Kind of iffy. Yeah, bit sloppy. I would agree there. This freaking ESPN Plus thing. Oh, there he is. Hang on. Let me kick that out. All right, Tyler.
Hi. That's good. That wasn't bad.
What?
That wasn't that bad.
Yeah, it wasn't a terrible period. I felt like the Hawks controlled the play a lot more, but
Oh, definitely.
they can't generate shots.
No, nah, they definitely were in control more, but you know, we aren't seeing. I think that they're controlling the neutral zone, but there's not enough that's actually happening in the offensive zone. They're not getting into good positions. They're not creating chances. The best opportunities were most of the times we were creating stuff. It seems like it's coming off of a forecheck.
Definitely.
And the third line just continues to be fantastic.
That third line, even though they moved up Kurashev to the Taze unit, it's been outstanding.
Well, I think that even without Kurashev, Mackenzie Entwistle fits that third line even better.
Yeah, he does.
He's more of a natural fit next to guys like Dickinson and Lafferty. And
yeah, that's true.
There was moments where you saw a lot more from Mackey that you didn't. That you're seeing more from him, more good, more and more. I was never all that impressed with Entwistle last season, but
yeah, I was really not.
There's more effort there. There's more control with the puck on his stick, more attempts to create things, and that's good.
Yeah, but that Dickinson, Lafferty just sparks momentum, but it just seems
fantastic.
Like
and I think my favorite part about that is just those two are. You look at them and you're like, those guys could be fourth liners when we become a playoff team again.
Yeah.
Those guys could be good fourth liners on a playoff team.
Yeah, and the way the Hawks are structured, those are the type of guys the Hawks are clearly wanting on their team the entire time.
Absolutely. But not only do you look at them and say those guys could be like genuinely quality fourth liners on a playoff team, you think about what we got them for.
Yeah.
And as long as if they can stay where they are right now, just stay there, just never leave, just you're here, and just stay there for the next 3 years. And then when we're good again, just stay here. You'll be our fourth liners, and we'll just do great things.
It would be smart to keep them around after the rebuild.
Yeah.
But if they could get a package that can bring them quite a bit, maybe they can
get a second-round pick for Jason Dickinson.
What?
Get a second-round pick for Jason Dickinson.
I mean, at this rate, they could.
Hell, you got a second-round pick for Riley Stillman somehow.
I'm just shocked we got anything for Riley Stillman.
Yeah. I think the part of it was the fact they saw that situation obviously as offloading Jason Dickinson's contract, which is kind of ridiculous because it's not like, I mean, sure, Dickinson makes more money than Stillman, but it's not like
not much.
I would say objectively Stillman is more overpaid than Dickinson is.
Wasn't the Stillman contract a Bowman contract?
Yes, it was. I think it was one of the last things. It was one of his last moves before our offseason of insanity. Because when we traded for him and then he came into the lineup, he had a couple of good games and a couple good moments at the end of the 2021 season. There was a couple good moments there. And they're like, okay, we'll give him a contract. And it was like you can't ever say that a guy making slightly more than $1 million is necessarily a horrible contract or an unmovable contract. Okay. But he's good. I mean, he's not that good.
These pucks I got last year when I went to the Pat Foley game. Guess who signed them?
Okay, I see a 13.
Yep.
I see a 13. Who wore 13 last year?
Yeah. Do you remember who wore 13 last year?
Oh my God. I should be able to know this. What the hell?
I know who signed them, so.
What was the other one? What did the other one say? That's 64.
No.
What is that? It's a 60 something, right? Or am I
Yes.
69?
No.
I'm trying to read it. It's like 62.
Nope.
It's kind of messing me up, like where it's listed. 60, I don't know, 67. What is that?
This is a Riley Stillman puck.
That is a Riley Stillman. That's okay. Now I can see that it's a 61.
Yeah.
Okay. 13. I should be able to know this. Why can't I remember who wore 13 last year?
One of our buyouts.
Oh my God, it was Henrik. Wait. Oh my God, it was Henrik Borgstrom.
Yep. I grabbed these as the 2 mystery pucks I bought last year, and it turns out to be the 2 guys that were traded with each other. And
well, I think that trade, because that trade was so weird. So I believe the entirety of that trade was we traded Florida Lucas Wallmark and Lucas Carlson.
And Carlson turned out to be
Lucas
good.
Carlson and Lucas Wallmark, and then we got back. I think it was like a 7th, and then along with that was Connolly, Borgstrom, and Stillman.
Such a bad.
So with all of that, you look at that and you're like, wow. It's not like Wallmark is good. After his half season there, he went to the KHL. So it's not like he's good. Lucas Carlson's been much better there than he ever was here. It's like Gustav Forsling all over again.
Yeah.
But what I'll say, we got a 2nd-round pick for Riley Stillman.
We did.
So we ended up buying out. Now I'll say this: Stan Bowman would have never bought out Henrik Borgstrom.
No, he wouldn't have.
Stan Bowman would have never bought out Henrik Borgstrom. He would have persisted for years. Praying that his hands would actually develop. Even though whatever skill and whatever talent he had in college did not exist at the NHL level. But he was okay defensively, though. I always thought he was a decent defensive center.
Isn't Borgstrom now with the Capitals?
Yeah, he is. I don't even know if he's on their NHL roster or not.
I don't think he is.
But the whole thing with Borgstrom, which is funny, is the fact that you bought out a variable contract.
Yeah.
They bought out a variable contract. You know what that means? That means they just said go. They just said get out of here. They essentially just said get out of here. It cost them more money against the salary cap to buy him out than it would have just send him down. They just said get the hell out of here. Just go away.
Yeah. So
That's
paying
what that means. It just means go away.
It's because they knew he sucked.
Nah, and it wasn't working. And
yeah.
I mean, there was some flashes, there was some moments, but never really saw anything there.
I don't think anything really worked out for him.
And a former 1st-round pick also, which, we didn't give up a ton to take a flyer on Henrik Borgstrom, I would say.
Yeah.
I wouldn't say we definitely didn't give up a ton. Like we gave up a 7th defenseman and a guy who got released after his contract expired and he went to the KHL. So like we didn't give up much. And it honestly, that trade looked like a complete dud for both teams for a while until somehow, some way, we turned Rice to a second round there.
That's a weird trade tree if you think about it.
It is. I'm trying to think how much farther back it goes. We drafted Lucas Carlson and we signed Wallmark in free agency that offseason. So it doesn't go back any further than that, but
we did. I think the Carlson draft pick was a trade acquisition.
Though. I think that's probably the case. That was 2016. I know he was drafted 2016, which was also the same year we drafted Ruder Peters. So let's not go there.
Yeah.
Yeah, so 4th round, 2016. Lucas Carlson. We acquired that from the Islanders. What's the note on that? We got it from the Islanders. It was a trade. Looks like it was a trade down. Okay. So that was a trade down.
Okay.
So they moved up to select Anatoly Golishev, who's now in the KHL. So we traded down to get that Lucas Carlson pick. We also got a sixth in 2017. Okay.
I wonder what that sixth turned
in
into.
2017. It was in the Panarin trade.
Are you serious?
It was the 6th round pick in the Panarin trade. It was the 6th round pick in the Panarin trade. I know it's so small. It's such a small detail. Jonathan Davidson never made the NHL, but it was the 6th. So we ended up the pick we got for Lucas when we got Lucas Carlson. It was a trade down. The other pick we got was the pick we traded away in the Panarin deal.
Oh my god, that's interesting.
That's so weird. Oh my god. I just saw the name Jonathan Davidson, and I was just like, that was the Panarin draft. That was the Panarin selection. I knew it right away. I do enough time looking at this stuff.
Interesting.
Yeah, but then on their side, I mean, they drafted Borgstrom. I don't know if that was they drafted Stillman, and then they signed Connolly in free agencies. There wasn't much there. I don't remember what that 7th was, though. I really don't.
I don't either.
I swear to God, if that was wait, no, it wouldn't have been. Why did I think that was? I don't know why I thought that was him. It was not. It's not possible for that to be him. 2021 7th round pick. Okay, let's just do this right now. Why not? Chicago from Florida. Oh, it was Sniping Lipin.
What?
Okay, Jalen Lipin. I'm okay with that. So we have Jalen Lipin from that trade.
Okay, I like that.
Okay, we'll see what happens with him, but I think that there's something there. I think there's
something there, but it's low. It's very low.
Yeah, obviously, I mean, obviously, Lipin isn't. There is not. It's not a ton there, but like, and then of course there's Jason Dickinson in the 2nd round pick.
Yeah.
I can't believe that was Jonathan Davidson.
It's so interesting to see.
That was great.
So, Tyler, would you want to be on for the review on after this game?
Maybe. That's sure. I mean, I'll have to look and see. That might be something that I'd be interested to do. Yeah.
Okay.
Depends on how mad I am.
It's all right.
I know. I mean, I mean, I'd probably, yeah, sure. That sounds good. But looks like 3rd period's about to start. So, tie game. We'll see.
See what
if
happens.
The Hawks can actually shoot the puck and have it, go near the net.
We need the 300 level a little bit more crowded to just yell out the shoot the puck.
Dude, just do it already.
Yeah.
Yeah. All right.
All right. Well, see ya. All right, guys. That was Tyler again. And he may be on for after the game. I will still do one of my typical review videos of the game just so people can watch what happened and watch my recap. But we'll still stay live for probably do a 30-minute after game live chat for a little bit. Then I will do my review video. So Hawks are in a board battle for this puck here. The Kings now come out with it and whistle dumping it into the offensive zone.
And the Kings set up I believe that was Kopitar. Kopitar dumping it down the ice, so the Hawks now get to it for an icing. Jack Johnson recovers the puck. Who is, yes, a former LA King. If you forget that Jack Johnson played for the LA Kings, it's pretty understandable. He's pretty much more known for playing in the Columbus Blue Jacket organization, in my opinion. Jonathan Toews wins the faceoff back. Hawks tried to shoot it on, and the Hawks get to the puck. It's Radish. Radish tries to set up Toews for Kurashev. Kurashev tried cutting in. It didn't work out. LA clears the puck. Hawks now tried to get control. LA settles things down in their defensive zone. Shots on net, 21-13 at 19:01 remaining in the final period of regulation. LA cuts through and a save by Soderblom. Hawks come up with his Radish. Radish dumping into the center ice. Radish doesn't get a good dump out, and the Kings set up. Kings Arvidsson looks in, shoots it wide. LA sets up it again, and LA looking for an opportunity. Arvidsson behind the net. Hawks take it, and it's Kurashev. Kurashev at center ice, dumping it into the offensive zone. Jonathan Quick comes up with play, and it's the Patrick Kane line out there now. And the Kings come out with control. LA going up for a rush here, looking for a shot, and saved by Soderblom. Hawks Max Domi takes the puck in. Domi cuts through, looking, shoots, and it goes off the head of Jonathan Quick. LA now has the puck after that shot from Domi. LA takes it up the offensive ice. LA looking for an opportunity on a backhand, set up, and they set up well. With a shot and a save by Soderblom that goes wide and out of the defensive zone now. Shots on net, 24-14 in favor for the LA Kings. And then there's another buffering by the freaking beautiful ESPN Plus. God, I hate that. Reese Johnson sets up Jujhar Khaira. Khaira shoots it, and it goes out of play. 17:33 remaining in the third period. It's a 1-1 game. Reese Johnson at the dot. Loses the faceoff. Hawks set up in the defensive zone is Caleb Jones, and it goes out of the play. Quick plays the puck. LA sets up in their defensive zone behind Quick, going up the ice and dumping it down the ice. Caleb Jones nearly coughs it up, and the Hawks now have control. Dumping it into the offensive zone is Caleb Jones. Hawks now having to battle, and Jujhar Khaira just gets checked by his own teammate and Reese Johnson. LA now has control, setting up. Going out of their defensive zone is Roy. Roy sends the puck up the ice, and the Hawks are going back to play in the defensive zone. Gets really pixelated here. It's Caleb Jones. Caleb Jones tries to get it out, even though he was on his stomach, and the Hawks now have it. Hawks clear out of the zone. Hawks go on a rush. They take it, and it's Dickinson. Dickinson cuts through and gets checked. And now there's a little bit of a scrum going on between Entwistle and Anderson. $16:33 remaining in the third period. It's a 1-1 game. Shots on net, 23-14 in favor for the LA Kings. Sam Lafferty taking the faceoff. Laffy Taffy and the neutral zone faceoff going into the offensive zone for the Hawks. LA wins it. LA sets up and goes up the ice with it, looking for an opportunity. Was Kempe. Kempe shoots it out of play.
Jonathan Tays at the dot. Hawks now have it. Sends it up the ice. LA now controls. Hawks try to get the puck back. It's Jack Johnson tried to clear it out of the zone. LA takes, and the Hawks now have it. It's Jonathan Tays in the offensive zone looking, fires, and it goes off the pads of Jonathan Quick. LA now with control, taking it up the ice, looking for an opportunity here, and a nice shot that goes around the net. Hawks now try to play some defense here. LA looking for an opportunity on the Hawks' heels. It's Arvidsson. Arvidsson tries to set up Danoa in the slot, and the Hawks now have it. It's Tenorti getting checked, and the Kings come up with the puck. Hawks have to get back in time, and the Kings come up with it. And my freaking TV keeps buffering again. God damn you, stupid ESPN Plus. I can't tell if anything's happening. 15:28 remaining, and my TV buffers. All right. Hawks in the defensive zone on a faceoff. It's Max Domi. Domi wins it back, and after the CU sets up. After the CU sends it to Jack Johnson, who leaves it for McCabe. McCabe sets up in center ice, taking it up the ice is after the CU now. Getting checked off the puck, and now the Kings send the puck up the ice. LA cutting through, and the Hawks get there. Hawks now with control is Patrick Kane. Patrick Kane in the defensive zone with the puck, but LA steals. LA cuts through, looking for an opportunity, sets up. And Hawks now with control is after the CU. After the CU gets checked off the puck, and LA now comes up with it. It's Drew Doughty in the defensive zone. Doughty sends over to Anderson. Anderson back to Doughty. Doughty with some speed going in through the neutral zone up to Lizotte. Lizotte dumping around the ice. Hawks now come up with his Jujhar Khaira. Khaira leaves it for Murphy, who clears it for Kachuk. Kachuk dumping around the ice, where Reese Johnson gets into a battle with Roy. Hawks now lose control again in the offensive zone here. Shots on net 24-15 in favor for the LA Kings, and a 1-1 stalemate at 14-12 in the third period. LA battling, and it appears the Hawks are going to the penalty kill. Lizotte gets checked for blood. Caleb Jones gets called for high sticking. Damn it. That's what Richardson's been asking for, not to take too many freaking stick infractions. Even though he now gets a 4-minute minor for high sticking, even though LA skater lift his stick. I think this penalty shouldn't be a penalty. Four-minute minor, probably. Yeah, there's a freaking stick lift by that. The Hawks are going to probably go to a 4-minute penalty kill.
at 14:06 in the third period. The refs are reviewing it, though. No penalty. Hawks are get a good call. No penalty. Good review. There we go. That's what a review does. LA player used their stick to lift the stick of Caleb Jones. No penalty is called then. And we remain at full strength. Good to see it. All right, Dickinson. Anderson with a shot, and the Hawks now get the puck out. Try to get the puck out, and Kempe with the shot, and saved by Soderblom, and the puck comes loose. Now it's Lafferty. Lafferty putting on some speed, going into the offensive zone, dumping it in. It's Doughty loses control to it whistled. Lafferty now has it. Lafferty tried to pass it to Dickinson, where LA steals. Hawks now control in the defensive zone. It's Jack Johnson. Jack Johnson settled things down behind Arvid, and Johnson sends the puck up just a little bit, and now the Hawks go on a rush. Jack Johnson takes it up the ice, goes backhand dump in for Jonathan Toews. LA now comes up with it. LA settles things down. It's Roy in his defensive zone, sends it over to Arvidsson. It's Dano. Dano cuts through, and the Hawks defended him well. Radish gets it, and Kurashev comes up with it. Kurashev goes in, looking, fires, and it goes wide. 12:57 remaining in the regulation time. It remains a 1-1 game. And don't forget, guys, this will be this first in a week. We see the LA Kings. We see the LA Kings next week in LA, actually. So that's an interesting scheduling. Hawks leave Chicago, go up to Winnipeg, then go to California to play the Kings and Ducks. And it should be an interesting set of few games. Yeah, it's rare for a penalty to be called back, and we saw it there with a challenge. Basically, refs just checking through the review just to see if it was a true stick infraction. So I'm glad that gets turned over. Oh, they. Oh.
All right, LA now has it is Arvidsson. Arvidsson jumps it back for Roy. Roy sends it to Arvidsson. Arvidsson dumps it into the offensive zone for the Kings, and the Hawks Murphy battles for that puck. LA comes out with it. LA sets up on their blue line with a shot, and it goes wide. Another shot and saved by Soderblom, and it remains 1-1 at 12:22 remain. And there's a little bit of a scrum after that shot, and we get more buffering because ESPN's garbage. Okay, face off in the Hawks defensive zone. Shots on net this period 7-2 in favor for the LA Kings. Not good. After this, see you in the offensive zone, tries to throw it on net, and now the Kings come back up with it. Domi steals in the neutral zone, takes it into the offensive zone, leaves it for Roos. Roos with the shot and a save by Quick. Shots on net 28-16 in favor for the LA Kings. At 12:08 remaining in regulation time. LA comes up with the puck, clearing it down the ice. Hawks now have control as Caleb Jones dumping it out of the defensive zone. Domi steals, and then LA steals right back on a board battle. LA and Hawks are setting up. LA cuts through, looking for an opening. Doughty tries to cut in, and a wide open net now, but Arvid gets back in time. Hawks dumping it up to Patrick Kane. Kane can't get control. It's bouncing, and Kane checks off checks off Anderson. Doughty sets up the Kings to go on a rush here. It's looking for an opening, and a big hit by Jack Johnson. LA now set up on their blue line, looking for an opportunity here. It's Kachuk. Kachuk goes through to Jack Johnson. Johnson battled, and it goes over to Kachuk, who the puck gets cleared all the way down the ice, where Edler has control. Lazat back out on the ice after taking a high stick that gets turned over by a review. Probably with some stitches on his nose. Here we go again. Offensive zone faceoff for your Chicago Blackhawks here at 10:52 remaining in regulation time. It's a 1-1 game, and here we set up with Max Domi. Domi loses the faceoff. Kings tried to clear, and Tenorti can't cover it up, so Arvid Soderblom has to play it. Connor Murphy leaves for Kane. Kane goes into the neutral zone, slowly cuts through. Kempe kept Kane from cutting in. It's now Kane still with the puck, leaves it back for Tenorti over to Murphy. Murphy dumping it around the ice where Quick plays the puck. LA now comes out with it. Hawks recover. It's Murphy. Murphy sends the puck up the ice for Patrick Kane. Kane gets stuck because of Domi getting in the way of Kanner. It's now Kempe. Kempe leaves it back, and the Kings now try to do a breakout pass for Velarde. Murphy getting checked off of Kempe, but Murphy comes out with the puck, dumping it up the ice for Entwistle. Entwistle dumping it into the offensive zone, and Lafferty comes up for a battle for that puck. Lafferty and Entwistle come out with it. It's Dickinson, leaves for McCabe with the shot, and it goes wide. Now Kempe getting checked by Lafferty, and the Kings now with it. LA Roy sends the puck over the boards, and that should be a power play. That should be at least, but I guess they are not calling a penalty on Roy. Is it Roy or Waugh? I always mix it up with that one. Especially since I can't hear the broadcast because of I don't want the audio from the TV getting put onto the stream due to copyright reasons. I don't know. Maybe it depends. Would I like them to remain? Yes. But it really depends. Maybe the Hawks try and keep Domi around because Domi's a good player to have in a rebuild. Same with FDSU, to be quite honest. Same with Kane and Tews. Offensive zone for himself for Jonathan Toews. Toews wins the faceoff. Hawks battle for that off position here. Toews behind the net, loses control. LA comes up with it, but the Hawks continue to battle for that puck. It's Kurashev. Kurashev getting checked by Danault. Danault now trying to steal for Radish to come up with it. Now Kurashev over to Radish. Radish getting checked by Doughty, and Danault comes out with the steal. And the Kings clear it down the ice. Jack Johnson gets the puck and clear it. And there's a whistle. It seems like the shots the Hawks are getting are really just shots from the point, which is not good. Power play LA for a high stick from Kurashev. Lafferty and the offensive zone tried to cut through. It's 148 remaining on the Kings power play. Hawks have to kill this crucial time. LA Velarde getting checked, and the Hawks clear. Good clear there from the Hawks. 133 remaining on the PK. 8:33 remaining in the third period. Drew Doughty with the puck in the defensive zone for the LA Kings, sends it over to Kopitar, over to Doughty, back to Kopitar. Kopitar shoots it, and it goes around the net. Actually, it goes into the glove of Arvid Soderblom. All right. 1:15 remaining on this PK. Murphy battling for that puck. It's comes out, and the Kings continue to press. LA tries to go across crease, and it doesn't work out. Hawks get there, and time was Lafferty. Lafferty setting a board battle for that puck. LA comes out with it. It's Arvidsson. Arvidsson clears the puck around the ice, and Murphy gets there where no can't get there. Falling on his skates, and Murphy clears it down the ice. 45 seconds remaining on the PK. 7:50 remaining in the regulation time. LA comes up with the puck and going into the Hawks defensive zone. Hawks trying to battle hard. LA tries to set up those cross creases. Here they go. On the blue line is LA looking for an opening. Set up, go across. They look to Deneau. Deneau sets up on the blue line, and the Kings continue to press. Deneau over, and the Kings looking. Deneau looking with the shot, and a block by Jack Johnson with a lucky break of a stick, and that kills the penalty. Here we go at 7:07 remaining in regulation time. We're at even strength. It's a shot advantage 28-18 in favor for the LA Kings here, but it's a 1-1 stalemate. Hawks getting battled is Roos. Roos loses control. Lizotte sets up Anderson. Anderson over to Doughty. Doughty on the blue line sends it around the ice, and the Kings looking for an opening, and the Hawks come up with it. Bradish gives it to Kane. Kane tried to clear it out of the defensive zone. Doughty now with the puck. Doughty wraps it around his net, and the Hawks have to play back now. It's icing out on LA. Nope. It goes on to the stick. Nope. We get an icing call. Okay. There could be, Jonathan. Welcome to the stream. Hope you enjoy. Domi loses the faceoff. Doughty comes out with it. Doughty clearing the puck down the ice. Murphy now with it. Murphy in the defensive zone at 6:13 remaining in regulation time. Patrick Kane with the puck. Kane going in through the center ice over to after the CU to Kane, who shoots it wide. Now it's Murphy. Murphy over for after the CU. Down to Kane. Over to Domi. Domi leaves it for Tenorti with the shot and the save by Quick. 5:52 remaining in regulation time. Shots on net, 28-18 LA. I don't know. This game's been very close. The shots on net, yeah, it's a heavily in favor for the LA Kings this game. But if you think about it, this game has been very close, and a lot of the Hawks shots have come from the point. So there could be something that happens from a lucky shot from the point for the Hawks. I can't choose right now. It's still early. Still a lot of time of hockey to play. Here we go. Sam Lafferty loses a faceoff. LA sets up was Edler. Edler tries clearing it. Was Kempe try getting the puck. LA now comes out with the puck and sends it into the Hawks defensive zone, but Jack Johnson is there to settle things down. Johnson with 5:35 remaining in regulation time It's a tied game. Velarde dumping it into the Hawks defensive zone. Hawks come out with his Lafferty. Lafferty sends it up the ice for Entwistle. Entwistle loses control where the Kings now have pressure. And saved by Soderblom. And he gets the whistle at 5:15 remaining in regulation time. It's a shot advantage, 29, somehow 17 LA. But I swear to God, we have 20 shots at this point. Jonathan T is at the dot. LA sets up on their blue line looking, and a save by Soderblom for their 30th shot. It's Radish. Radish taking it into the offensive zone for the Hawks. Radish now with it goes for Kurashev. Kurashev sends it for a blue line shot, and a save up front of the net was from Jonathan Quick. It's now LA Arvidsson with the shot and a save by Soderblom. Hawks have to play smartly here. Come on, guys. Clean it up. It's Tays can't get control. Roy now with it. Roy settles things down. And the blue line is Anderson. Anderson looking for the LA Kings to break out of their defensive zone. Goes over, and the Kings set up. LA goes up the neutral zone where Kane gets it after the CU. Cutting in, and he gets... Holy crap! That should be a penalty on Doughty. After the CU with all the speed in the world gets tripped into the net by Doughty, how isn't that called a penalty? That's a trip. .418 remain, and somehow we still cannot get a breakout. Domi looking at the draw, wins it back for Jake McCabe. Over to Kane. Kane shoots it, got blocked. Hawks on the defensive structure, dumping it in was Caleb Jones. Now the Kings have press. It's LA sending up the puck. LA going into the Hawks defensive zone, looking for an opportunity here. One of the Hawks don't have a glove. And a save by Soderblom. Another save! Holy cow. Fiala with the puck. Fiala getting checked. Hawks trying to conserve time. It's Tree in the churd. Tied 1-1, and we are in a log jam. After the CU sets up in the defensive zone, leaves it for Jack Johnson. Johnson going for a little bit of a skate here into the neutral zone, dumping it into the offensive zone. LA comes out with the puck, and Dickinson falls on his face. LA now with it, dumping it into the Hawks defensive zone. Now it's Kopitar. Kopitar battling against Jack Johnson. LA comes out with it. LA can't get the puck. It's Lafferty. Lafferty battling against Velarde. It's Jack Johnson. Now it's Murphy. Murphy sends it to Dickinson. Dickinson at center ice getting checked. And Velarde comes out with the puck, dumping it into the Hawks defensive zone. 2:33 remaining in regulation time. It's a 1-1 game. Shots on net 32-17 in favor for the LA Kings. Kurashev cutting through. Kurashev looking for an opening. Kurashev getting checked. Kurashev can't come out with it, but Radish does. Over to Tenorti, who shoots it wide. Tays now with it. Tays getting checked, but goes to Tenorti with the shot, and it gets blocked. Now the Hawks with it for Tays, and it gets whiffed on. Tenorti steals, cuts through, and he can't break in. Tenorti battling for that puck. Goes to Radish. Radish looking for Murph to McCabe. McCabe on the blue line sets up the Hawks. McCabe settles things down for Tenorti. Tenorti leaves it, goes in, cuts through. Tenorti with the cross crease shot for Taze. Taze to McCabe. Taze with the puck, loses control. LA battling the Hawks hard, and the Hawks go back for an icing. 1:27 remaining in the third period. Shots on net 32-18 LA. Hawks had their best offensive zone attack just in the last minute of play. So maybe there's a spark. Maybe we have it. Maybe the Hawks can come in, take this extra point. This has been a good battle between the Hawks and LA Kings. Max Domi at the faceoff dot versus Philip Deneau. Domi wins it back, and it's Murphy. Murphy settles things down in the defensive zone for the Hawks. Jack Johnson now with it. Leaves it for Kane. Kane goes on a rush into the neutral zone up into the offensive zone. Leaves it for Domi. Domi loses control where Deneau comes out with it. Deneau going up the ice. Sets up the Kings. Hawks trying to play smart here. Murphy now with it. Murphy in the final minutes of play. It's Jack Johnson. Jack Johnson cutting through. Bass. Drew Doughty. Hawks now with his Patrick Kane over for Entwistle with the shot. And it's now Tenorti. Tenorti settles things down for Entwistle. Entwistle dumping it into the offensive zone for the Hawks. 33 seconds remaining in regulation time. And the Kings now with the press, taking it up the ice. Hawks battling hard, looking for an opportunity here. Hawks now with it is Entwistle. Entwistle can't get it. Doughty does. Kings now press, and Hawks with 10 seconds remaining is Arvid Soderblom. Soderblom sends the puck up the ice. Hawks now with it. Kings now steal. Kings looking. Hawks battling. 1 second. And we go to an overtime. Good work by Arvid Soderblom. Hawks and Kings go to extra time. And this has been an impressive game. Honestly, closer than you think. If you look at the shots on net, Hawks just can't generate this game. But yet we're in it, and we have a chance. Goals of the game so far have come from Jason Dickinson off a redirection up front of the net past Jonathan Quick to start this goal scoring. And then just the other goal was from Lizotte, and both goals came in the second period of play. We go to overtime, tied up 1-1, and this has been an impressive game so far. Arvid Soderblom has been the story of the game for your Chicago Blackhawks, keeping this team in it, and the Hawks have just not been able to generate, but it's been where the Hawks are able. They have a chance. They got a point. Now we have an opportunity here to come out with that extra point. Let's see what happens going into this overtime. Arvid Soderblom faced 32 shots this game. It's only allowed one goal pass. Hawks overtime versus LA. Let's see what happens here. This should be an interesting game because we go to an overtime. Hawks have faced a ton of shots, but Hawks in overtime can be a different story. This time we have Max Domi actually playing in the overtime, so that's good. Last overtime we played in, Domi could not play because he got a game misconduct. Here we go. Overtime between the Hawks and LA Kings. And my TV's freaking buffering. God damn you, ESPN. Garbage network. Hey, Zane. Hey, Daniel. I can't tell if the game's back on because the stupid stream just cut out on me. What the hell? Show the screen, damn it! I'm sorry, guys, if you're... I'm kind of frustrated right now at ESPN Plus. Pay for this garbage thing and they buffer too much. Okay, let's see what happens if I can. LA has the puck. Hawks kill with a big save by Soda Bloom. I had to go to my cell phone because my freaking TV buffered out. 3:48 remaining in the overtime. That's how much I've missed because of freaking ESPN Plus not doing much. Jonathan Toews at the faceoff dot versus Victor Arvidsson. Toews wins the faceoff back. Hawks set up in the defensive zone. It's overtime for the Hawks and Kings. Hawks now with it. Jonathan Toews taking it up the ice. Toews going up. Toews cuts back. Toews looking across the ice. McCabe with it. McCabe goes to Toews and he scores! Hawks win! Hawks win! Jonathan Toews by a steal from Jake McCabe! We win it in overtime! The captain wins it for your Chicago Blackhawks! Hawks win! Holy cow! Woo! Big steal by McCabe, and the captain buries it for the GWG NOT for your Chicago Blackhawks. Beating Jonathan Quick. Great feat. We get this game, so that's good to see. Sorry if there's a quick echo here. I had to fix that. Big win for the captain. Big win for the Hawks. His goal streak continues for your Chicago Blackhawks. That was a nice, impressive victory, and it's the first career victory for young Arvid Soderblom in net for your Chicago Blackhawks. Congrats, Arvid. You get your first ever victory, and it comes against the LA Kings in an overtime feat. You were a beaut tonight. You should get the first star of the game. Let's see who gets it. It's probably the captain, let's be honest. Connor Murphy with the third star of the night. Then it's going to be Taser? Arvid Soderblom gets the second star of the night. Congrats, Arvid. You were outstanding in net for your Chicago Blackhawks. And the first star of the night, your captain, number 19, Jonathan Toews. Awesome. Soda had himself a stellar performance for your Chicago Blackhawks. What a game it was. Hawks get their losing streak in a overtime fashion by the captain. That's the 16th career game-winning goal in overtime for the captain. Awesome to see for Johnny. I can see it, but Murphy Adams was really good for your Hawks tonight. He had some key blocks. So I'm okay with Murphy getting the third star of the night. What a win for your Chicago Blackhawks. I will have my typical. What's up, Aaron? How are you? Sorry, I didn't say hey Earl sooner. But yeah, big victory for your Chicago Blackhawks tonight. We get the win in the last game in this homestand in the UC, and it's an OT victory. And it was a big win. It was a nice, impressive feat. LA frankly got goalied. I really have to say, congrats to Arvid Soderblom on getting your career first NHL victory and the captain giving us the win. Taser has been out freaking standing this season. The captain has been back. And people who think Arvid Soderblom's gear sucks, screw them. Those are some of the best goalie pads in the league. Black pads are always the answer. Exactly. That's why I like them. Don't know if Tyler's going to hop in this stream one more time just to see what his reactions were. Again, there was to remind you, if you're looking for the new podcast, make sure to look up either on Apple Podcasts, Google Pod, and Spotify for the Hockey Puckcast because we're on all those platforms, so you should be able to find it. Hawkey is spelled the same as the YouTube channel, so Hawkey, and then Puckcast as in Puck, and cast C CAST. Oh, I think I have to give approval. Hang on. Here, I will post the latest episode in the chat. that's the link to the latest episode of the podcast. So this will be if you want to catch that. And we have a big Hawks win over the LA Kings. Arvid gets his career first win. Good to see. Johnny keeps his hot streak, really hot stick going. McCabe stole that and set it up. So, guys, I'm going to... Yeah, the link to the podcast is also on Twitter. So, guys, I think I might end the stream off here. I need some water. I will catch you in the review video, and thank you for watching the broadcast. Please leave a like and subscribe if you haven't done so already. And most of all, let's go Hawks! Hang on, there's an issue with StreamYard. Alright, again, sorry about all this echo crap. Okay, there it goes. Again, thank you for watching the broadcast. Please leave a like and subscribe if you haven't done so already. And most of all, see you in the review. And Arvid Soderblom got his first win. And let's go Hawks!